Hey everybody, we are at Tongue River Reservoir. Going to be doing some camping. I'm fishing right now, but here in just a little bit I'm going to be going into the giveaway and answering the questions for the AMA. And yeah, should be a fun, grand old time. But first I'm going to fish a little bit, so. Alrighty, we're gonna get into the Q&A in just a minute, but before that I just wanted to sincerely thank you all again. I just can't believe that there's 1,000 of you that watch my channel, and I hope that I can continue to deliver on content that you enjoy. I've got a lot of big plans here in the works and some awesome carvings that are going to be coming out here within the next few days, so I will definitely keep them coming if you keep enjoying them. But first, look at this cute little leaf fossil I just found. It's actually not a bad one. Huh, that's awesome. Alrighty, so let's jump into this Q&A. So first we have Marlena Atkins asking, what's your favorite between agates and petrified wood? That is a hard question, especially considering how many different types of both there are, but I think I'd have to say agates because, I mean, you have, you know, your petrified wood, your agatized wood, your opalized wood, some, you know, crazy different looking petrified woods, but I'd say there's way more variation with agates. There's just such a massive range of agates out there, so yeah, I'd probably say agates. Next is Paul Carter asking, have you ever worked with abalone? Yes, I work with abalone all the time. I know I've mentioned it in a few videos before, but my dad is actually a luthier, so he's a guitar maker, and I process abalone for him to use on fretboards and fingerboards and inlay and different stuff like that. Other than that though, I polish a lot of abalone. I use abalone a lot for jewelry, and it's a lot of fun to carve with, so yes, I am very, very well acquainted with, with abalone, and I would definitely say for anyone wanting to get into abalone, just make sure you're careful. It can be some very dangerous stuff, and always wear a respirator. Alright, so now we have Salish Sequest asks, how long have you been collecting and creating? What rocks are your favorite to collect, and what is your favorite rock to carve or create with? So I'll do that in order. I have been collecting for probably 7 or 8 years. I guess if consistently, if you go back, one of the things that got me into rock hounding was me and my dad would always go up to the Pryor Mountains to hunt for devil's toenails because they're just all over the place. So if you count that, probably like 20 years. But because I was a little kid the first time we went up there, but I didn't really keep with it. I got back into rock hounding, and that wasn't really rock hounding. That was just my little kid brain saying, I'm gonna go find fossils. Creating, now that's a vague term. So creating, I've done a lot of different stuff. Like I have done a bunch of photography. I do a bunch of painting, landscape painting, and I mean, I've done a bunch of carving now and jewelry. I worked at a wood shop for many years, so as far as rocks, probably 5-6 years. Everything else, I mean, long time. What rocks are your favorite to collect? Bear Canyon agates, hands down. I adore Bear Canyon agates. They are incredible. They only come from about a 5-mile radius, and they're one of the only pure black and white fortification agates on the planet, and you get just crazy geodes and fortification. Oh, I love them so much. They're so much fun to collect. They're so cool. And what is your favorite rock to carve or create with? I would say the easiest rock to carve, which I love using, I wouldn't call them my favorite, but close runner-up would be, Kate's gonna hate me for saying this, but porphyry. Porphyry is amazing to carve with. I know she calls it devil's stone, and I agree because they look like agates, but they're actually amazing to carve with. If you want to get into carving, that is like the perfect stone to start out with because they're so soft and they take a polish very easily. So my favorite probably would be Labradorite. It's just so pretty when you're done. It's so cool. When you get a nice big flashy piece, they just look fantastic. It's so much fun to work with. So next, Rockin' Overlanding asks, do you have carvers, rockhounds, or artists in your ancestry? And then if you could spend a day to learn with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be? Oh, those are two really, well, the last one especially is super hard. But I have carvers in my ancestry and artists, but I actually am a first generation rockhound. There are no rockhounds in my ancestry, but my dad is a woodworker. He's done incredible carvings. Yeah, just in short, yes, there's a lot of artists on my family, and my dad is a very skilled carver, but I'm the first rockhound in the family. And if I could spend a day to learn with anyone alive, probably Bobby Duke. That guy is insane what he can do with his rotary tool. He is just a master carver, and he really hasn't been doing stone that long when you think about it. He said that it's been about 4 years since he's been carving rocks, and he just does insane stuff. That is goals right there. Dead would be, and this is not for a carving or anything other than that. It would be my grandfather, because he died. That would be my dad's dad. He died when my dad was like 11 or 12, so I actually never got to meet him. So that would be awesome to meet him. Okay, next, Robert Mandingo asks, where do you come up with ideas for your carvings? Are you going to school? If so, what for? And what do you do for work? So I'll do these in order. I come up with my ideas for carvings very randomly sometimes. Like sometimes it's actually planned out and I know what I'm going to do from the beginning, but sometimes it just starts out as a concept, like a video that's actually coming out pretty soon. It just starts as a concept, and once you see how it's going to all lay out when you get it started, that's when it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do this with it. As far as the rocks, when I'm doing my engraving, it's more of a, I like Celtic designs with my own little twist on it, so it's usually just that kind of stuff. The woodworking is totally just whatever I feel like at any given time. So in short, it's very fluid. I don't really come up with my ideas beforehand. It's just I'm gonna do this, and then when I get it started, it's like, all right, perfect. Let's get into it. Are you going to school? If so, what for? I am not, but I am hoping to be going for either paleontology or geology within the next, I don't know, 3 to 5 years, hopefully. What do I do for work? This, actually. So not YouTube. YouTube isn't my job, but what I do on YouTube is actually my job. So I own a shop with my dad where he does luthier stuff, and I actually sell rocks, fossils, shells, jewelry, carvings, a bunch of woodworking stuff. Like, yeah, so usually in videos you're seeing me working, actually, and when I'm at the shop, that's the back of my place of employment. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so next, Northern Rocks asks, what do you like better, collecting rock shells and fossils or carving? And that, I feel like, is such a hard question, because I can't carve what I love without having, I mean, I can always carve wood, but I can't carve what I love most without the rock shells and fossils. But there's no point in collecting the rock shells and fossils if I can't carve them, if I can't do something with them afterwards. So they definitely go hand in hand. I don't think I actually can prefer one over the other, because they both are just so closely tied together. And last question, Dana Babcock, how long have you been carving and how did you get started? I've been carving for like 4 or 5 years, probably, something like that. Wood, I've been carving longer than that, but stone carving and the shell carving has been about 4 or 5 years. And I got started purely because I had a lot of rocks laying around, and I was like, I want to learn how to carve. So I pretty much self-taught myself completely. Got a $10 engraver, learned how much it sucked, upgraded to a $25 rotary tool, which I still use to this day. That thing rocks. I recommend people to that all the time. And yeah, just started messing around. First ones kind of sucked, but the more you get practice, the better they come out. So just gotta keep at it, and now I'd say I'm at a pretty good point. The cool thing about using your rotary tool to carve actually is that no matter what you're carving, whether it's wood, rocks, or shells, all of those techniques overlap. So if you carve a lot of stone with your rotary tool, when you move on to wood, it's gonna be so simple because it cuts like butter after carving an agate or something like that. But yeah, I got started sheerly by just saying I want to learn how to do this. But honestly, that's kind of how everything that I do on my channel is self-taught. I didn't have anyone to teach me about rocks and fossils and stuff. So you guys all need to see what my dog has been doing this whole time I've been answering these questions.
Hi, Floyders.
Hi, buddy.
It's been rolling around in the grass the entire time while Theo's been talking and I've been trying to run the camera.
Did you find shade?
And then we've got Cyrus, who's just impatiently wondering why we're just sitting here doing nothing.
Thank you so much to all of you who asked questions, and I think it's time to get on to the giveaway winners. So it was way harder than I thought it was planning on. Oh wow, that is a massive bumblebee.
Oh, don't go for the butt.
Goodbye, little friend. So I was expecting not very many people to take part in the giveaway, and I only realized, like, after watching back the video after I had posted it, how unfair of a task I had set upon my girlfriend having her pick, because you all had such amazing answers. I loved each and every one of them so much. It was so hard, so we took the decision out of our own hands and just used a comment picker, because there was no fair way to do it. I was gonna end up picking 10 names at the end of it, at least. So we picked the answers before we left. Would have been hard to do here because we have no reception at the moment, but starting off with number 1, we have Jennifer Wright and MJ. Congratulations on that one. Number 2 is Shannon McClelland. So you'll be getting prize number 2. And prize number 3 is going to be Pamela Brown. So congratulations to each one of you who won those. I will be getting those packed up as soon as possible. And if you go to the description or the About Me section of my YouTube channel, you will see that I have my email posted on that. So just all 3 of you get a hold of me and we can start talking about how to get those or where to get that sent out. So congratulations again to all 3 of you. Again, that was way too hard to pick any of your answers because they were all so amazing. So we just had to leave it up to a random picker. So thank you all so much for being a part of my channel. It means so much to me, and let's hope that we get to do this again very soon.
Now it is.
I caught myself a little mud bug. Oh gosh, he is not happy about where my finger is. Yeah, he attacked my. Wow, that's a strong little guy. All right, he's going back. I just wanted to show you all.
He's
super
mad.
Blue claws. It's really pretty, actually. Yeah, he's really mad though.
I'm gonna pet his forehead.
He just instantly dropped his claws. Like, all right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this one. Let's all give those 3 winners a big congratulations down in the comments. I'll be having another one out very soon. It's gonna be a carving video, I'm pretty sure, or fossil hunting. Not sure yet which one's gonna be done first, but yeah, I will have another one out very soon. Thank you all so much for watching and taking part in the giveaway. It was a lot of fun, and again, let's hope that we get to do it again very soon. So you all have a good one. I'll see you soon.